slippery item handy. Maybe your mat is folded out of the way since we'll be using a little more floor space today. We'll just roll those shoulders up, back and down, add a bend of the arms, pull the belly button in, lift, open, and keep that going. And then this time, lift those arms up, give them a squeeze, drop the shoulders out of your ears, and give me a little squeeze, squeeze, squeeze of those shoulders. A couple more times. Widen your stance, squeeze those shoulders, bring them down, hands on your hips, roll through a cat, inhale through a cow. One more time, exhale cat, inhale cow. Big deep breath in, bring it up, and we'll start our step touch. All right, hopefully you have a little bit of space in front of you today because I'm going to change it slightly. You're going to come up diagonally for 4 steps, and then you go back diagonally. And you can start to make it a little bigger if you're okay with that. You didn't set up a danger zone for yourself, which I did. Keep it going. And then if you want to, you can add a hamstring curl as you go. And then if you want to, you're going to do hamstrings on the way back. And you're going to do a little knee on the way up. And you could turn it into a little hop if you wanted to. Almost there. Last time hamstrings, we'll leave it at hamstrings in place. Good, hands on your hips. Shoulders out of your ears, elbows to your side, and your tricep press with those hammies. Good, keep the hands going, toes in front. Make that arm movement bigger, up and down, knees. Arms up and over. Knees cross. In a moment, we'll stay on the right and double time it. 4, 3, 2. Two more. And step touch. Hamstring curl. Bring it forward. This time, knees as you go back. Hamstring forward. Knees back. Hamstring forward. And knees back. As you go back with knees, you're going to leave it here. And then just turn that into our diagonal. In a moment, we'll stay on the left and double time it. 4, 3. Here you go. Two more. Woo, little step touch. Wide legs. And your hands down to your thighs. Drop one shoulder in, look over the other. Back through center, other way. Come to one side, give me a little press and press. Other way, press and press. Start moseying your way up. One more time. Woo, hopefully you're standing tall by now. We're gonna grab that slippery item, plate on a rug or cloth on a hardwood floor. You probably won't need your chair for this one, but you can have it handy. We're standing on our right foot. Slippery item under your left, slide it forward and back. That's all you're doing. Again, if you don't need your chair, you can add some arms. Now we're going to go straight to the side. And now we're going to split the difference between those two. So it's not straight ahead, it's not straight to the side, it's on that angle halfway between them. And now we're going to take that straight back. As always, I'm going to go straight back. If you want to lift those arms up, that's fine. Hopefully that right hip is really feeling this. All right, and then we're finally going to split the difference between the side and the back. So we go out on that angle. Whatever you want with your arms. Ow. Two more. Woo! Step off of that. Ow! Right leg up and over. Push the hips to the right. Arms go the other way. And then grab your chair for support. Cross that right ankle over the left thigh. Sit into it. Roll to a cat. Inhale through a cow and move that hip through space to loosen things up here. One more roll and one more extension. And then if you want, grab that ankle as you stand up, feel a little extra stretch and bring it down. All right. You want to move your chair to the other side just for the stretch part, go ahead. Otherwise, weight is on your left leg and your right toes are gliding forward. Bending into that left knee. And then straight to the side we go. And now we'll split the difference between those two. And then we're going to swirl that around to the back, weight on that left leg, right leg glides back. You're welcome to lift those arms up. Keep that going for me. Beautiful. And now we split the difference between the side and the back. Woo! Step that left leg over the right. Hips go to the left, arm up and over. As you stand it up, cross that left ankle over the right. Bend the knees, stick that booty out. Boy, that should feel good. Roll it under. Extend that spine again. Roll it under and extend. And if you want to, grab that leg as you lift up, bring it a little bit across. Beautiful. Okay. We're going to use that chair for tricep or a Pilates push-up. So your hands are close together. Now you can either have one foot or both feet on that slippery item or none, if that feels dangerous to you. Bend those elbows backwards and straighten them. Try not to let the ribs get ahead of you. That's the challenge. They want to drop first. So think about tucking the ribs in, coming up really high on your tippy toes, booty comes under. Two more like this. And then I want you to come to the top, straighten the arms, shoulders out of your ears, bend the elbows a quarter of an inch, straighten, straighten. And relax. Bend those knees a whole bunch. You're going to put your elbows in the chair, walk them forward, prayer position hands, let them drop down your spine. The more you walk your elbows forward and the more you push your hips back, the more you'll feel that in your tricep. And then hands in the chair and lift yourself right back up again. Okay. All right, here comes the fun stuff. So turn that chair, bring your slippery disc behind your right foot. Left leg walks ahead, right? So you already want to have it a little bit ahead of you so that as you slide the right leg back, you're not leaning forward. You're sitting down in an imaginary single seat chair with your left hip. And then you drag it back up. Reach back by sitting down into the left and drag up. Last one, press it back, sit into it, come halfway up and back, halfway back, halfway back. Small range, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! And once again, no slippery surface under you. Cross your left over your right, lean it back, tailbone high, round it under, lean it back again. Cross that leg over and push your hips over to the left with a nice straight left leg, no roundness in your spine. And bring that up. Next leg. So right leg, we step forward, so we're already going to be a little ahead of ourselves. We glide that left leg back. Right quad nice and low. It doesn't have to be 90 degrees, but maybe you're heading toward that if that's okay with your knees. Slide it back halfway in. Just 4 more. Woo, bring it all the way in. Right ankle crosses that left thigh. Send your booty up and back. Round it under. Send it out again. And then cross the ankle over and shoot the hip to your right with a straight right leg. You're going to hold that for a moment. Woo! Woo! And then as you're ready, go ahead and bring that up. All right, let's give that lower body a moment. We're gonna come into the chair and our glidey thing will be with us. Maybe just have it in front of you for now. Knees are bent, hands are gonna grab the sides of the chair for a tricep dip. So you're just barely gonna slide that hip off the front of your chair, bend the elbows and straighten. You want more challenge, you start to walk your feet away, but don't let your hips move away. If you want bonus love, you can slide your feet on to the goose moving thing. Keep going, sorry, as you do your tricep dip, but try not to let those hips come forward if you choose to do that, right? We can do that in a second with just our hamstrings. So pick your poison. And go ahead, sit up. Woo, shake that out. First, let's tap left hand to left shoulder, pull it back. Woo, move it to the middle of your spine, pull it. And to the opposite side. And then you can pull across. You might even get a little lean. And shake that out. Right hand, right shoulder, pull it back. Midline. And left side. And then we pull, maybe you tip over a little bit. And then, because we've done a couple things with those wrists, let's shoot a hoop with the left hand, pull it back with a nice straight arm, feel that beautiful stretch. Flip it up, like stop in the name of love, pull back, maybe pull toward the fingers and really get a little extra. And then a gentle fist and pull back. And then flip it over, fingers down, heel presses up, heel of the hand. Shake that out, shoot a hoop with your right hand, pull back. Get that arm nice and straight so we get the full tendon stretch. Flip it up. Pulling on those fingers, nice straight arm. Gentle fist as you pull back and down. And then flip it upside down. Beautiful, shake that out. All right, so now, what I mentioned just a second ago, we'll have a few options with this hamstring. So let's start with it just underneath our left foot, right? And then let's start super easy. Stretch it out, drag it back. Stretch it out, drag it back. Two more like that. You're just sitting tall. That's all I'm using my arms for. Switch it to the other foot, and you're using your heel, right? Forward and back. And then a little more challenge. We put both feet on the slippery item. Drag back. Try and keep your feet really close together if you can. And then final challenge, and you may go back to a single leg or not, you lift yourself off that chair so my hips are not really on the chair anymore. So now I'm not getting the assistance of having my glutes hanging out in the chair. And woo, back in the chair you go. Widen your stance a little bit, bend the right knee, but straighten out the left leg, flex through the heel, turn to it, and then press yourself with a long spine forward. Flex those toes back and bring it up. Bend your left knee, straighten the right leg, sit tall, use that chair back to help you hinge. All right, and then up we go. All right, so lower body again. Chair out in front of you. Right foot is back on that item. And you're going to want to stand in a little bit of a turnout, like a froggy position. So left toes are pointing to the left, right toes are pointing to the right. As you glide, sort of on that same angle we did earlier, so it's not straight to the side, nor is it straight to the back. You're going to get some inner thigh on that right leg for sure. And yet that left quad is still working. I have a tendency to lean forward like that. You're going to do better. So try and stay as upright as possible. If you look at something on the wall, that usually helps. Last one, reach it out, hold it there, drag it in an inch away, inch, 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 and in. Woo, we switch it up. So legs in a little bit of turnout, drag it over and back to your left and pull it in. Try and keep your whole foot on it, right? Especially the arch side of your foot so you get that inner thigh. Last one, press it out, in, out, 2 more, and bring that up. All right, shake all that out, and we're gonna head down to a little bit of our plank pike work. So you want to have your mat for your hands for a little extra cushioning, but your feet are going to end up, and we're going to be high plank to start with, so you kind of feel the difference. Feet are on your slidey thing, hands are on your mat, and then you pull in. Either my floor is really dirty or my slippery item isn't moving very well. So it's a plank and then a pike. Keep that going for me. I just need to rearrange a little bit. There we go. Last one, bring your knees down. Ooh, take a little seat for a moment. So we're going to take a moment just sitting here, letting our heart rate come down a moment. Then we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to be on our elbows or forearms, excuse me. So check your mat, get it in a, mine is very wrinkled and rumpled, so you don't want wrinkles underneath you. When you feel ready, scoot your slippery item out under your feet, find yourself on your forearms, lift up in your plank, and then drag it into your plank. Two more. And relax. Come on down. You're going to move that, or you're going to turn onto your side, supporting yourself on that forearm on one side. And then once again, we have those options. I can put both feet on the slippery item, but I'm probably going to have my top leg in front of the other. And then I can do a baby pike. You don't want this one too big because I don't want you feeling your shoulder. You can try the bottom foot and then the top leg here, right? Or you can switch that up. Top leg does the movement, bottom leg supports. Whatever you choose, even if it's both legs, the pike part is going to be very small. And if you don't like any of that, that's okay. You just hold a regular side plank for me, please. All right, and then we'll come on down. We're going to flip to the other side. Get Again, if you're using both feet, the top leg goes in front. You find your side plank. You can either just hold it or you can try that tiny, tiny little pike. Or you can hold it. And go ahead and come on down as you feel ready. And you may want to have, I had my mat in a quarter fold. You may want to go ahead and just have it in a half fold so there's enough space for your torso on it. And then you're going to lie down, bring your slippery item with you, but take a quick hug in. And then we're going to put that underneath just our right foot for now. Shoulders up, back and down, lift up into your bridge. Point the right toes to the ceiling, and then drag that in and out. Try and keep your right hip lifted. It's going to want to come down, and try not to go all the way to a straight position, right? So just a partial hamstring curl. This is the last one on this side. Hips come down. Take a moment, tuck the hips, tip them the other way, tuck them under, and then find neutral. And then left heel, toes are pointed up, left heel is on your slippery item. And here we go again with the left side hamstring curl. Notice if your right knee is wobbling in and out, try and stabilize, find those hip muscles to do that. Bring it down, tuck the hips, tip them out. All right, final option. Don't have to do this. If you wanted to, we're going to do 8. If you prefer, use your right leg for 4, left leg for 4, or lift it up, both legs drag in and out for 8. Again, you're not going to go all the way straight. Try and keep the knees together. And that should be 8. Woo! Hips come down. Oh, legs just stretch out. Arms reach up overhead. Take a moment. Just let the whole body passively relax. All right. And then we're going to flip over. Your body is going to be on your mat. You don't need your toes on it if you don't want, so you can just slide it however is going to work for you. But your slippery item is going to be on the floor. And then as always, when we're on our abs, we want to emphasize kneecaps lifted to engage the quads, but toes pressing down. Belly button pulled in, but pubic bone pressing down. And then hands way out in front of us. Ears and arms are side by side. Belly button pulls in, deep breath in. Exhale, press and slide back and slide forward. Small movement. Make this more about the shoulders retracting and then coming up than just lifting up. If you want to, you could just do a few shoulder retractions and then add that lift. You may feel this a little in your triceps also, depending on how slippery your item is. I think I'm going to put mine in fabric softener or furniture polish. 2 more. And then hold the shoulder blades back, forward and back, just shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Come on up. Mosey your way over to a seated position for me, please. Sitting toward the front of your mat, knees are bent, glutes out from under you, sit nice and tall, and have your front hand on your slippery item. As you exhale, hinge back, lift your back arm, and then if you want to, don't have to, I don't want you crunching, you can rotate open, center, up, back, rotate, center, up. Keep that back arm lifted and try not to let it move, right? It stays by your ear, so get it by your ear before you move. so that your spine is nice and tall. So if I look at you in the mirror, I shouldn't even really see your arm, just your hand over your head. Two more. We're in the screen. Last one, and bring it up. All right, other side. Woo! Back hand is on there, front arm. Again, we don't want it out here. That actually creates more challenge. Up here, so that I'm lifting myself up out of my hips, and then I go back and rotate open, only if you want to. I didn't bring my arm with me, you should. Last one, and bring that up. All right, if your chair is still handy, I apologize for not saying this sooner. Drag it around, and you're gonna put your feet up in your chair with your calves, so just completely resting. Arms out, T position, palms up. So we're gonna do a passive moment here of just letting the back settle. And as you're lying here, begin to notice if one hip has more contact with the ground, try and even it up. And just let your low back relax. I'm not worried about what the ribs are doing right now. Just letting that low back settle in. And then you're going to pull the ribs in, pull the belly button in, tuck the hips under, roll the hips just a little bit off the ground, and then slowly lower them back down again, and let them tip the other way with maybe a little arch in your spine. So you're going to exhale, tuck, round, lift the hips, and then roll it all back down again, extending that tailbone. One more time, we tuck and round, little lift, and then we go the other way. Beautiful. So that chair is going to help give us kind of a nice little passive stretch for now. So we're going to keep the left leg where it is. If it's uncomfortable, you can push the chair a little further away, and then bring that right knee into your chest. Draw some circles on the ceiling. You just want it far enough that you're not going to catch your toe on that chair. And then move it to the right. Give me some ankle circles, please. And then flex the toes back, and we'll grab those toes, pull them back, and then we'll point and flex, and turn in and point and flex, turn out, point, flex. And then with that foot, still holding onto that foot, trade hands, cross that ankle over your left, and then use your left hand to bring your fingers between your toes, and let's pull them forward and back. And then bend that left knee a little deeper and feel that deeper stretch on that right hip. And then arms out in a T position. We're going to let the right leg go all the way over the left, and let the weight of the right leg start to tip you to the left, but your left heel is still in the chair. So now you're going to get a big rotation. Like I said, left heel is still in the chair, but right leg is pulling you over. So pretty big twist. Hopefully that's okay with your spine. And then bring that back to center. Lift that right leg up, stretch it out, and then bring it into the chair. And then our left knee is going to come in. Do some movement through that left leg. Move it over to the left. Flex those toes, pull them back. And again, oh, I forgot the ankle rotations here. Sorry, go back. And then go ahead, pull those toes back, and we'll point and flex. We'll do that turned out and turned in. You can do some ankle rotations here, flex through that heel, and then trade it off. Grab it with your right hand as you cross the left ankle over the right thigh, and manipulate those toes. And then drag that right heel closer to you, and that's going to increase that stretch on that left hip. You can stay there, you can still play with your feet, or you can let it be. And then cross that left knee all the way over the right, and you'll start to let the left knee pull you to the right without your right hip heel coming out of the chair. So it's that suspended passive stretch here. And then mosey it all back through center, straighten out that left leg, reach it down, and then just go ahead and slide that chair away. Hug both knees in, take a little rock side to side. Take a moment, any stretch that would feel good to you that we missed, because we did things a little differently. If there's one that you're missing, go ahead. And then whenever you're ready, make your way over to your hands and knees for me, please. And we'll just move forward and back, cat, cow. And then just tuck those toes, press those hips up in the air, pedal those heels out if that would feel good. Wide stance, walk back. Bend those knees a whole bunch, hands on your thighs, one more cat and one more cow. Big deep breath in, and we curtsy, and we curtsy. Thank you guys.